Let's test a theory here. Aha, I was right. No, don't turn off the light. I wonder if anyone's ever drowned to death in stuffed animals. Hi, I'm Sarah Winters, author of The Strongest Fire. First off, if you could see my desk, oh my goodness. Second, I'm so sorry I'm doing this in glasses, but I'm doing this in glasses so I can read little sticky notes. Now, I did one earlier, but I was so cut on time that I'm redoing this one. I mean, it's 14 minutes and 59 seconds. So I'm going to try to rush through these a little bit better and give as much attention to each book. I'm not going to say the author's name, and some of them I won't say the title, just so I can get through all of them, and I will try to post all the information on the bottom of the screen. These are books that my kids gave me. Some are books that they had when they were little that I saved because they were that good, and one we've actually owned twice because I think it's that good. First, a board book that's really funny, that's kind of like a pop-out. You can wag, I'm trying to hold a spot. You can wag one of the doggy's tails in the cover. These are soft, some of the stuff in it's rough. There is one little crass part that some parents might not approve of, where it says all dogs poo and all dogs pee, and we have a puppy that lifts his leg. But it's a dog book. It's about dogs. It's really cute. It's really funny. I love it. My kids love it. As a matter of fact, I'll probably get another copy because it's getting that worn out, and it's one that I'm saving for when I have grandkids because it's just that cute. And there's a lot of nothing pops out, but there's a lot of pop out book type material. Then this one right here has some of the most beautiful artwork. This is one that we've owned 2 copies of because one of the copies started to fall apart, and I said, no, I want that copy. A Bad Case of Stripes. It's about a little girl who is a little bit embarrassed about being who she really is, and because of it, she gets a case of the stripes, and she turns into all sorts of crazy things, and it is just a wonderful book with a good moral to the story. Then this one is by an author friend of mine, The One Sock Princess, and it is adorable. It's about a little princess who loses her sock, and my friend Christy did the artwork in it, and it's just cute. It's just, and Christy also wrote the story. She did both. Then we'll go. Oh yeah, this one. For those of you who are religious and like Bible stories, here is a very good Bible story one. Who wouldn't love VeggieTales anyway? It's very VeggieTale. Any age group enjoys it. It's good. It's very good. Now, this one is it's more of a boy book, and it's very funny, and it teaches us that sometimes people that we assume are bad are good, and sometimes people that we think are good might be bad. It teaches a few other morals through the humor of everything, and it's a pretty good story. Um, it's very funny. There's a whole series of it. It's really good. I enjoyed reading it to my children. Now, this actually comes from my collection. I am a huge fairy collector, and of course, if you have fairies, you have to have Tinkerbell. This is one of the books. I've read them to my children. This one particularly is about Bess, the artist fairy, or one of the artist fairies, and she paints a pretty little portrait of Tinkerbell that looks absolutely realistic, and every fairy wants a picture. And of course, she doesn't want to say no because her little ego's just burst in there with pride. So it's a cute story about biting off more than you can chew. Now moving on to the stacks that my daughters gave me. And this one I'm not going to stay on for long because we all know it. Now my 11-year-old does like a little bit more books that usually go to little boys. So some of the books here, little boys are going to enjoy, like that one. Well, younger boys. I shouldn't say little, but they're going to enjoy it. Then this one, Every Mother's Dream. Yeah, but it's funny, and if it gets your kids to read, sometimes that's all you need. Very lowbrow humor, very, very lowbrow. There is a little warning on the back there for PG, for being gross. And it also says underneath that contains immature material not suitable for adults. It's by Scholastic. And of course, the author's up here. And I have sold, when I worked at Barnes & Noble, boys would come in looking just for his stuff. And about 10 or 11-year-olds usually, sometimes 8. And like I said, lowbrow, but they love it, you know, and when you're just trying to get a kid to read, hey. Now, here's another really funny one that both my daughters read and love, and she's hilarious. I've read this one, well, not this particular one, but when they're sitting around, if I'm at the dentist office and my kids brought this to read, I've picked it up and read it. You know, it's funny. This one particularly, she's trying to save money for the theme park. She's a very well-developed character. You love her. You love her dog. Her dog's a beagle, of course. You know, we have 3 beagles, so that means something over here. And the people she doesn't like, you enjoy her not liking them because she describes everything funny. The author, he does a great job. He's also the one that does the bunny character for like back to school stuff and everything. I can't remember its name, or else I'd say it, but the one that comes up with smart alecky things and everything. Okay, this one right here is, this character's evil. These 2 characters are trying to help get rid of the evil fairy and the stuff that she's doing. One of the good fairies is a boy and one's a girl, and also these 2 are also trying to help. They help humans. I haven't read it, even though it's a fairy book, but my daughters told me it's really good. Then we move along to another one that could be for boys also. And this one is one of the ones my daughter gave me that's not humorous. My 11-year-old. She said that this is, and I haven't read it. It's this guy's a fire dragon. He's a villain, and he enjoys killing people and doing other things that are not right. And she says overall, she says it kept her attention, and everyone in this series, she says she likes, she enjoys, and I keep saying it is really good. Which probably is like totally, yeah, I should be saying it a little bit different, but hey. Anyhow, most of the ones my older daughter brought me I have not read. My 14-year-old, who's almost 15, said that this is actually her least favorite in the by this author, but that all the rest of hers are on her Nook. So this is the one that she could give me that's a physical copy. She says this one is it's a club at a school where things start to go dangerous when a new member joins, and we find out about the lives of the members of the group, and they're not as happy as we originally see them. So, okay, and then this is one that my oldest gave me that she says is funny, even though it's not totally in her age group anymore, and even though she's not a rereader, she has reread this one. And this is about ghosts. Particularly one who is not good at scaring people, and these ghosts were evicted from their home, and from a Scottish castle, and they have to find a new home, and they have the help of a young boy. And she says it made her laugh the whole way through. Sorry about that. We have a big road over here. We get cars that have bass sometimes, so if that shows up on the volume, I'm sorry. Okay, moving along. Okay. My daughter loves this series. I've heard all about this series. Okay. When Tom becomes an apprentice to a spook is someone who gets rid of evil things like witches or bogarts, his life changes. And she says it's very dark. And she says she really likes it. I don't know exactly what her definition of dark is, so but she says it's dark. And I believe her. She reads some stuff. Okay. This next one, the cover's missing. We have a couple that don't have a cover. It's Dark Side. And it's this is what it looks like without the cover. It's about a boy who finds out that there is a dark side and a light side to London, and only certain people can see the dark side. She says there are werewolves, vampires, and a ton of crazy, awesome, dark stuff. I'm quoting her. So, crazy, awesome, dark stuff. Okay, now this is one of her absolute favorites. My husband is borrowing the first one of the series. The other one is in the car. And for a non-rereader, she actually does reread this one. She really enjoys one of the characters, the Mad Hatter, of this story. Another one I've heard all about. This is number 3 in the, oh gosh, I've got a glare on this one, of the Looking Glass Wars. And she says, basically, Wonderland is real. Alice is the princess of Wonderland, and she has to fight her jealous aunt for the throne. And her aunt is red. And the cover with her aunt on it is just beautiful. I wish we had that one. I'm so sorry there's a glare for that. But she says it's really good. And yeah, and I know this one's kind of dark. Okay, then there's a few that I had the kids bring me that, first off, the kids will not tell me anything about this one because I said I was going to read it. It's another one we're missing the cover. I loved the advertisement, A Tale Dark and Grim, for it. The YouTube trailer is great. You should check it out. I loved it. And they won't tell me anything about it until I read it. So I don't know anything about it, but it had a good trailer. Okay, one of the people I sometimes chat with, and she also blogs, did this book recently. I have not yet read it. I need to. It's on my to-be-read list. From the back of the book, I gather one of the it's about popular girls name, and one of them will do anything to keep her popularity. So I'm going to read it. It will be read. Now, I'm going to read this one too, and I don't know why my daughters are turned off to it. I have no clue why. It's something that I really do want to read, but they don't want to. And it is this book. It is The Chronicles of Valdemar Todd and 8th Grade Bites, which I remember 8th grade. I had to switch schools so many times, though it really wasn't good. Okay, now this one is one of my favorites. I know it's a kid's book, but when I say I love it when a book holds me and I can't put it down because it's holding me, this is the one that I often think of. It is really good. It surprised me how good it was. The same author did Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. It is a very good book. I started it late one night and I couldn't put it down. I ended up reading this book most of this book by my daughter's nightlight. It was that good. The Anybody's by Anybody. Books come to life. There's so much original story here. You can't see this picture, but the roof is made of books. It is very good. Very good. And the little girl was mixed up at birth. I won't tell you too much because you should read this. Read it to your kids. Read it yourself. It is a good book. I very much enjoyed it. And I was surprised. I wasn't horribly surprised because I do like reading and I do like books. But I couldn't put that thing down. The author knows what they're doing. Anyhow, those are the ones the kids gave me this time. I might end up doing this again. I don't know. I really am sorry about the glare from my glasses and the fact that they keep falling down. But those are the stories anyway. And I didn't cut this one. This one didn't get as long. I hope I didn't leave anything too important out. I hope I just sped up my talking and everything. But enjoy what you're reading. Don't forget to read to the little ones. And just enjoy. And thanks for watching. Bye.